kicker with a pick.
The Indianapolis Colts have traded the 49th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. To announce the Philadelphia Eagles selection, please welcome, from the University of Louisville, kicker David Akers.
What's up, Dallas?
Kicker's trolling the Cowboys.
Last year. I like standing up here before you as an undrafted free agent, representing that shield for 15 years. Tonight, I'm representing the Philadelphia Eagles, NFC East champs, divisional champs, NFC champs, and world champs. The world champs. Hey, Dallas, the last time you were in the Super Bowl, these draft picks weren't born. Woo! Tonight, we are welcomed into the Eagles
Look at Doug
family
Peterson.
with the 49th pick in the 2018 draft. The NFL would like to represent the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Goedert. He is the tight end from South Dakota State. Go
Man, that
Birds!
clip never gets old. David Akers absolutely trolling Cowboy fans in Dallas during the 2018 NFL Draft. What's up, everybody? Professional wrestler Chris Wilde back with another video on Eagles News Now, and I want to talk about the man that was selected in that draft by the then world champion Philadelphia Eagles, and that is tight end out of South Dakota State, Dallas Goedert, who I think is the Eagles' secret weapon on offense. You know, there's a lot of reasons to be excited about the Eagles' offense this year, whether it's the new wide receivers that they have, whether it's the awesome set of running backs that they have, their quarterback, but you look no further than this set of tight ends. What other team in the league can you look at that has two top 10 tight ends? And Zach Ertz is, you could put him up there with George Kittle and Travis Kelce. Zach Ertz a couple years ago set the single season reception record for tight ends, and he is an absolute all-pro, Pro Bowler, superstar. And then you've got this young gun, Dallas Goedert, right behind him, who was drafted to replace Brent Selleck. The Eagles love using their tight ends. Trey Burton left that year, and they released Brent Selleck, who later retired. And Dallas Goedert absolutely picked up where those two guys left off. Absolute freak. You look at his measurables, pretty much the exact same as Zach Ertz. 6'5", 256 pounds, compared to Zach Ertz, 6'5", 250 pounds. So they're basically the same built guy. And Dallas Goedert, and I watched him during his rookie year. He only had 334 yards and 4 touchdowns during that campaign. And we remember it was kind of chaotic with Wentz coming back, getting hurt again, Nick coming in. So it was a lot for a rookie. It was a lot of getting used to when you're used to one quarterback and then you go to another one. But that's another video for another day. But he had that eye-popping X factor. I talk about it in almost every video I talk about with players. You got to have that it factor. And I saw it in that second game versus Dallas when he had that 75-yard touchdown called back on a bullshit offensive pass interference penalty. But during that play, he absolutely moles over a couple defenders, gets his helmet knocked off in the end zone, jumps up. He's hype. He's just... and it was at that point that I was like, man, this dude has it. And he showed it last year, too. I'm going to tell you right now, without Dallas Goedert, the Eagles don't make the playoffs. And I understand Zach Ertz got hurt later on in that campaign, but I'm going to throw this stat at you right now. From weeks 1 to 12, Dallas Goedert had 31 receptions and 289 yards. Weeks 13 through 16, and those were basically that was the playoffs for the Eagles. They lose one of those games, they don't get in. He had 27 receptions for 318 yards, 11.7 yards per catch. His whole career, he's had over 10 yards per catch is what he's averaging, but he had some amazing catches, if you guys remember from last year. And I know everybody is going to say, Chris, they played the Giants and the Redskins. They're horrible. Dallas gave up, blah, blah, blah. Look, it was against NFL teams, and some of these catches that he made were absolutely amazing. I think it's tough for a defense to game plan against Zach Ertz when you have a Dallas Goedert right behind him. And now all these other pieces that you're adding in there as far as these new wide receivers they got, a lot of speed on the field. This dude, to me, can have a breakout season. And I think he's already a top 10 tight end in the league. What other team has two tight ends that are top 10? None. I mean, I'll throw some names out at you right now. O.J. Howard, Evan Ingram, Eric Ebron, Hunter Henry, Jared Cook, T.J. Hockenson, Chris Herndon, who was injured, so we'd probably leave him off. But out of all those names, Dallas Goedert had more catches in 2019 than all of them, and more receiving yards except for Hunter Henry and Jared Cook. He is definitely in the upper echelon of tight ends, and he's only going to get better, guys. He's only going to get better. And with this new group of offensive coaches, I'm telling you, they're going to do some unique things with this set of players that they have, and that only means good things for Dallas Goedert. I mean, to me, he shows so much promise that some Eagle fans, and I'm not one of them, by the way, wanted to trade Zach Ertz because you have a Dallas Goedert there. I'm not ready to do that. But he's definitely, to me, like I said, the secret weapon and could be the X factor for this offense, guys. I am definitely all in on Dallas Goedert, who, by the way, is also one of two players to have a top 10 receiving grade and run blocking grade, and they were worried about his run blocking coming out of college. I remember hearing about that, and he obviously extinguished any of those concerns. I talked about his snap share, how he's got the 22nd best snap share. Well, he's got the 5th highest yards after catch and the 6th most red zone receptions at tight end, even with that 22nd best snap share. So if he can kind of dig into that or cut into that and get some more snaps, his stats are only going to rise. Very excited about this Eagles offense. Definitely about this tight end tandem that they have. And guys, look, it's all positive when it comes to our tight ends and the fact that we got a couple studs. We got an all-pro and a guy that could be possibly an all-pro as well. So if you're a defensive coordinator, what do? Who do you target? Is it Dallas Goedert, who we tried to rename Philly Goddard, but he wasn't having it? Is it Zach Ertz? Is it Miles Sanders? Is it Marquise Goodwin or Deshaun Jackson or Jalen Reagor? I mean, the Eagles have a lot of different weapons here, guys. Only things, with all the negative that's out there in the world, look at this offense, and it's hard not to get excited. It really is. So that was just my little piece on Dallas Goedert. Man, what will he do this year? Sky's the limit. As Biggie Smalls once said, sky is the limit, and Dallas Goedert, I think, is going to reach new heights this year. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks for all the new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that button, as we are going to have a unique season. Will there be fans? Won't there be fans? I'm probably going to do a live stream about that maybe sometime this week. So stay tuned, guys. See you later, and as always, go Birds.
What's up, everybody? It's Boston Scott with the Philadelphia Eagles. Just asking you guys to go and subscribe and like my guy Chris Wild's podcast called Eagles News Now. It's a YouTube channel where he's going to be talking about the season, going to be talking about the team. Hope that you guys are going to reach out and support my guy. So fly, Eagles, fly. Looking forward to this season whenever it gets started. But, man, you guys be sure to go and support my guy. God bless.